Although this year is not over yet, but if you ask me which plugin is the best of this year, I would recommend this. And if you ask me which plugin is the best over all the years I've been in this industry, I would also recommend this. Hey guys, how you doing? This is Kinghand.Lee, a mixing and mastering engineer. So do you guys still remember that last year I released a video to review Mix Bus 9 that many people complimented my mix? And today, firstly, let's listen to a comparison, which is the same song, but I mixed it again with the new released Harrison 32 Classic channel strip. Of course, this time I mixed it in Pro Tools, and you know what? In this year, Mixbus 10 really disappointed me. And also the older version of this channel strip also disappointed me, but this one is really different. Let's dive into the comparison directly.
Hey girl， 你借口上厕所。Hey girl， 就转身走向了我。我从未想过你会如此懂我，你的美丽让人无法割舍，霸占我的肉体还有魂魄。怎么做？怎么说？突飞口舌。
Okay, I know there must be some minor differences between these two mixes. After all, I mixed one of them in the last year and another one just a few days ago. And this year's mix is pretty rough because I didn't even draw any automation. But one thing we can be sure is the Pro Tools version is at least not worse than the Mixbus version. Harrison is really giving their unique sound to other DAWs now. Okay, now let's look at the plugin first. I will load a new one on some other track. Let's load it here. Well, this is the new released Harrison 32 Classic channel strip. First thing first, the UI design. Wow, that's much better than the older version. I don't know if it's because maybe some SSL person joined Harrison to help them to build a better design. I don't know. Okay, anyway, let me introduce all the functions to you. Firstly is the most important knob on this plugin is the drive knob and the switch. I will give you some comparison for this drive knob, but let's firstly look at the EQ. The EQ is just the same EQ as Harrison used on Mixbus channel strip, and there's nothing more to say about it. And it's the compressor. This compressor is still the most classic compressor from Mixbus. There are three modes of it: leveler, compressor, and limiter. Actually, the only difference I can find from these three modes is the ratio, the default ratio. Let's see, if you switch to leveler, the default ratio is 1.2 to 1, and the max ratio is 3 to 1. And for compressor, the default is 10 to 1, and the max is 100 to 1. And to the limiter, the default is 20 to 1, and the max is 110 to 1. And there's also another important function of this compressor is this emphasis. When you switch this on, you can adjust the frequency. It's actually a transient expander, so that it can expand the transient for the frequency you choose. And also, there's a gauge on the channel strip. I have to say, this is the most natural gate I've ever heard on plugins. Well, this is almost the go-to function or go-to plugin for me when I want to erase some of the messy trace of sounds. Okay, and now let's listen to something. Okay, firstly, let's listen to the bass drum, the kick. Okay, here is it. Okay, here is the kick sound. And you can see I turned on the gate. If I turn it off and on, I don't know if you can hear this minor difference between these two. Because if I turn it off, you can hear the messy trace of the kick drum, the messy trace in the low frequency. And if I turn it on, the messy trace is gone. And now let's listen to the essential function of this plugin is the drive. Okay, let's turn it off. If I turn it off, it's just a normal plugin sound. But when I turn it on, well, I have to say it sounds analog, right? Let's listen to some other sounds and compare the drive knob. For example, the snare, the basic snare of this song. See, you can hear the difference between I switch it on and off. It sounds bouncy when I turn the drive on. And let's listen to some other sound. For example, yeah, this one, the guitar. And this drive function, this drive knob, is the key reason that I say this is the best plugin of the year. Why? For example, if I don't like the EQ or the compressor of the Harrison sound, I can use some other plugins as well. Let's try this. For example, I mix this kick and I don't like the Harrison sound. I can use another plugin such as Metric Halo. Let's switch the turn of the EQ and the compressor. And firstly, let me adjust the EQ. For example, I listen to it. Okay, I decrease some high and increase some high mid. And I hear some muddiness in the mid range. Let me get rid of it. Okay, here is it. Let me get rid of it. And I want to make it thicker with a low cut. Okay, and the compressor. Let's try smooth. without the compressor. Let me compensate the volume loss. Okay, you can hear it's a different sound after I mix it with the Metric Halo plugin, and you can switch between them to hear what your favorite sound is. And here is the Metric Halo. Okay, let's listen to it in the music. 从未想过你会如此懂我，你的美丽让人无法割舍。Okay, for example, this is what you like, but don't forget this drive knob is still on. This drive switch is still on, but if I turn it off, let's listen to it. 从未想过你会如此懂我，你的美丽让人无法割舍。And I can solo this track to compare with the drive knob on, off. So you can hear this drive function can make almost every plugin sounds better. So that's why I say it's the best plugin ever. It really gives the Harrison's unique sound to every DAW. You can use any DAW, and you can still get the Harrison's unique sound. That's some kind of sounds very similar to real analog. I have to say this. Well, speaking of which, I used to say the unique sound of mix bus makes me happy while I mix, but the operation of it is torturing me. But today, I can really get the Harrison's unique sound without being tortured by it. But Harrison did this. I think it will make maybe less people to tolerate with the inconvenient operation of mixbus. I don't know. But if so, is this Harrison dig their own grave or open a new chapter in this industry? I don't know either. Let's wait and see. And next, let's talk about something about the EQ. You know, there is no Q value adjustment on this EQ, just like Harrison's real console. But sometimes I would prefer that to adjust the EQs, just like this guitar. Let's listen to it first. Okay, this is the finished sound. You can see that I turned the EQ off, but I loaded another EQ from Harrison because this EQ sound almost the same as the Harrison channel strip EQ, but it has the EQ value adjustment so that I can make the EQ wider or narrower, just like this guitar. In the first place, I adjusted with this channel strip EQ, but let's listen to it. Can you hear that? It's a little bit harsh for this guitar. Someone may say that you can increase less for this band; it will become less harsh. Yeah, of course I know that, but it make me not comfortable. So I used another EQ from Harrison. It's the Legacy EQ, and make the EQ wider, make this frequency wider. You can see the amount that I increased here is not less than the amount that I increased from the channel strip, but it sounds not that harsh. Yeah, you can hear it's much smoother, right? Okay, let's compare it in the music with the Legacy EQ. And with the original channel strip EQ, it will sound like this. Wow. The guitar completely jumps out. I don't like this sound. Okay, it's not the EQ's fault. It's just my habit of adjusting EQ. So next, I will show you some mixing process when I mix this song, so that you guys can know more about the character of this Harrison new channel strip. Okay, what do you guys think about this channel strip, this plugin? Would you agree with me that this is at least the best plugin of the year? Please let me know in the comment below. This is Kinghand.Lee, a mixing and mastering engineer. Thanks for watching and see you next time.